Welcome to the Stone Soup Recovery Podcast. Your host, Adam and Sean, will talk about their lives and living in recovery.
Hello and welcome to Stone Soup Recovery Podcast. My name is Adam.
And I'm Sean.
On tonight's podcast, we're going to be talking about substance abuse triggers. We're going to be talking about gratitude, alternative sober activities. We're going to be talking about lots of things tonight. So to get us started, I would like to begin with talking about substance abuse triggers during the holidays. I know for me, I would look forward to Christmas and Thanksgiving, and it was always a reason for me to drink, for one.
Mm-hmm.
I remember putting out Christmas presents, drinking, and that was normal. That was just normal. And so for the holidays, for me now, the triggers are different. There's things I stay away from. Oddly enough, one of them is blue raspberry candy.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like the Jolly Ranchers or...
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's because I used to drink vodka and mix it with a blue Powerade, and it tastes just like that raspberry candy.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, when I drink raspberry candy, it just, bad things happen. So I stay away from it. It triggers in my brain, and it's just a piece of candy, but it's a flavor.
Mm-hmm.
For some people, it could be place. It could be a smell.
Mm-hmm.
It could be people. People can be a trigger for you as well. A lot of people are sad and lonely on the holidays, and that alone is enough of a trigger.
Yeah.
That's why it's so important to be part of the community and be involved with people and to at least stay in touch with people. There's always Facebook. There's ways to stay connected, and it's in that connection that we stay strong. And it's in that connection that we're able to stand. You and I, we're connected, and I'm connected to my friends, and you're connected to your friends. And it's that connection that you have to have with people. And there's holidays in the past where I had no connection, and I was alone on the holidays, and it sucked.
Yeah.
I just drank it away though. There were times in the past where I was the best dad ever on Christmas, and then there was the times where I was the worst dad ever on Christmas too. I've been on both sides of that fence.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that I don't have to live that way today.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for recovery. I'm thankful for, the problems that I do have today are nothing compared to what they used to be, in active addiction. And it's through recovery that I'm able to find some self-pride and decency about myself. And recovery has given that to me. It's a gift of recovery,
Mm-hmm.
And so that kind of leads me into the next thing, which, I think about a lot and try to need to promote more in our life, even though we pray and we say thankful. We're thankful for things. But gratitude is a big one. Gratitude keeps us humble, and just saying thank you and being thankful means a lot. And I know that I don't always say thank you when I should, but I'm working on it. And it's gratitude, just being thankful that, there's a roof over our head and we have food to eat, and it's Christmas and we have family that's coming to see us. And so I'm grateful for a lot of things today.
Yeah, I'm grateful that we have a snowblower. We got about 12 inches of snow
Yes,
over
we
the last
did.
couple of days, and we really haven't dug our stuff out till today. And I'm just glad that we have that snowblower.
Yeah. I'm glad it started. It started first crank,
Yeah,
you know.
it sure is helpful. It's a tool, just like you get tools when you go to recovery, and
Mhm.
it helps. It really does if you use them. Otherwise, you're just digging that, shoveling that snow, and it's heavy, and it takes you hours to do it.
It
If you
does.
do it the hard way.
If you do it the hard way. Yeah, I'm thankful for the snowblower too. It saves my back.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think it's another trigger. You were talking about triggers, and being the holidays, especially, it's harder. For me, one of my triggers is I lost my mom just before
Oh,
Christmas, and so I always think about that, and it kind of takes me back to that time when she passed, and it makes me feel really sad. And so I have
yeah.
to kind of pull myself out of that, little slump during the holidays. And it's been a while now. It's been 6 years, 7 years. She died in 2017, so 23. So it'll be
Yeah.
6 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, and I think that it's also very stressful during the holidays because you feel like you have to do everything. You have to be everybody. You have to go
Yeah.
everywhere. You have to give the perfect gift,
You
and
do, yeah.
and you try to fit everything into a small amount of time, whether you want to go or not. And I think that makes it hard. It's tempting to go to those places and be tired and stressed, and they have alcohol. That would be a big temptation, I would think.
I went to the barber and they had alcohol serving at the barber shop.
Yeah, isn't that something? I couldn't believe that when you told me.
I don't know if I'm going to go back to that barber, but I don't think I should,
Yeah.
but I just thought it was strange that they would serve beer while you wait for a haircut.
Yeah. Well, it's not much different than when I had my Airbnb. I used to leave a bottle of wine, and I always went out of my way to get it. It was always a good wine. It was
Right.
usually a seasonal wine. If it was, Halloween time, it would have a witch on it or something, And I didn't really think about it at the time. I was drinking at the time, and so I just assumed that everybody did.
Everybody did.
I didn't think about, well, I could be tempting somebody right now. It never even occurred to me, never even crossed my mind until I got sober. And then I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this because I can see this right now would be a temptation for somebody else who's trying to not drink.
That's right.
So
I remember that.
Mhm.
I remember you switched to chocolate.
yeah, I went down and I would get fudge from the local fudge shop in town. It was a well-known fudge shop, and that always went over just as well as the wine did.
Isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm grateful for a lot of things today that I didn't have in the past. Grateful for recovery, and thankful for you and our family. And there's a lot of people out there that are alone right now,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have to be alone. You can reach out and do other things. You can go to meetings. You can find activities in your community to go to, festivals. There's all kind of winter festivals that go on that I see a lot of people at. We go to some of them, and I often think that this is a great way to spend time
Mm-hmm.
for somebody, that may be alone, that they could get out and be around like-minded people.
Yeah.
And have those activities, those pro-social activities in their life that actually make you feel complete.
Mm-hmm. On the flip side of that too, if you're able to, go help that person that doesn't know how to get out and find friends
Mhm.
and loved ones. That isolated person, we all know people that are like that.
Yeah.
And if you're going somewhere, just give a little shout out to them, say, hey, I'm going to this festival in town, you want to come? Or what a world of difference that could make in somebody's
Exactly.
life.
Yeah. This disease kills through isolation.
Mm-hmm.
And so having things to do and people to do it with is extremely important. And if you're finding yourself with no one or nowhere to go, then there's things you can do. There's online meetings. There's ways to reach out. You don't have to be alone. You know, I always thought I had to be alone because I wasn't worth spending the time with. That was my problem. But I don't feel that way today, and you don't have to either.
Yeah, I think to help with triggers too with the holidays, I think that if you prepare ahead of time, like if you make a plan and you know there's going to be alcohol there, but
Mhm.
you take your own drink
That's right.
or you take your own food or whatever it is that you're. I think that being prepared for things like that ahead of time really would help a lot of people too.
I think that's
It
really,
helps me. I mean, I
yeah,
always have my Diet Coke with me, and I take it with me where I go.
yeah.
Have a little cooler, and I'm
I
happy.
I think that's important. That you have to control your environment the best that you can.
Hmm.
You know, and set up gateways of caution. I like that. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I used to tell people too when I was newly in sobriety, I am no longer drinking. Is there going to be alcohol at your party? It's no offense to you, but if there's alcohol, I'm going to just kind of bow out this time.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
You have to have an escape plan. I've heard that before from other people that when you're going into a situation where you know that drinking is involved,
Hmm.
set up an escape route.
Yeah.
Whether it's somebody call me in 45 minutes or just leave. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? And
Yeah.
I
In the
know
beginning,
people
I
that have
just didn't
done that.
go.
Yeah,
I just didn't go
yeah,
because I wasn't expecting them to give up what they were already ingrained in. They were going to drink, they were going to have their party and all that. And, it was just better for me not to go.
see, that's where it's important, starting and forming new habits. That would be a new habit, setting things up as a precaution and being aware. You know, old habits lead, they say, can be triggers as well.
Hmm.
Our old way of thinking, we fall back into it. What has to change? Everything has to change, and that includes bad habits,
Hmm.
um, going places and doing certain things.
Yeah. And making good habits like doing art and crafts and
Yeah,
music and, even getting healthy, exercising, walking your dog and those things. Those are good, healthy habits to put in place of the bad habits that we once had.
I I play guitar and I listen to music and I collect movies and Sean, you do crafts and what
Hmm.
else do you do?
I do all kinds of things. Mostly my art and my crafts. I do resin art, which is really a lot of fun.
Hmm.
And I sell my things, so that's kind of nice too because I get generate a little bit of income from it.
Right.
Um, and I also like to do things like t-shirts and put sayings on t-shirts, sobriety sayings I've made,
Yeah.
and musical things for our music. We're a duo, so
Yeah, we are a
we play
duo.
music. All kinds of things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's important to have activities. It's important to do things that fill your day. Even if your day is really slow, as long as you have something that you can do, you can put your hands on and do it and keep your mind active. That's really important.
Hmm.
That can help fight triggers as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it goes right back into being grateful. Be grateful for where you're at and remember where you've been. And things will get better. If you're in a crappy spot in life right now, hold on to recovery and things will get better, because I was that guy that thought nothing is ever going to be right in my life again, and I don't believe that anymore. I don't have that doubt. I don't have that belief. And again, it's a gift of recovery that I feel that way and that I have that in my life.
Hmm. I think also, during the holidays, we just don't give ourselves enough grace in life. I just saw a dear friend of mine who's having a hard time right now, and It sounded like that she may have tried to commit suicide or something. I'm not quite sure. I didn't get the details, but I just, it's the holidays, and gosh, we're so hard on ourselves. If we
We
don't
are.
buy our family and our friends these gifts, and if we don't attend everything, then we're so hard on ourselves. And we just need to sit back and realize and just take it one day at a time and not think about it as a whole. It comes fast, it really does, but just kind of slow down in that and just enjoy the moment.
That's good. That's good. I like that. Enjoy the moment. Be present in the moment. I like that.
There's a lot of beautiful things around us that don't cost anything, or we don't have to give up something for. Just the snow outside is so beautiful if you watch it fall, and the lights across the street. They have Christmas lights, and they're all twinkling, and
They are too.
just little things like that. It just be like you said, grateful for the small things that we have.
There's so often I get wrapped up in my own head. I do, and I forget those small things, and I forget to take a moment to just breathe and be in that moment, so yeah, that's important, and I'm glad that you said that.
Yeah, you can find joy in almost any moment if you look for it. I was outside earlier. You were out running the snowblower that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
And I was out in the backyard shoveling the back deck, and the dog was with me, and I would pick up a big scoop of snow and I would throw it up in the air, and she would just leap into the air and bite at it.
Yeah.
And we did that for probably 20 minutes out there, and she just had the best time. And I had so much joy just watching her enjoy me, throwing the snow.
Yeah. Gratitude.
Yeah,
man.
before I knew it, the whole deck was done.
That's awesome. See, gratitude goes a long way. Gratitude and being present in the moment has the power to change the direction of your day. It has the power to change the direction of the very moment that you're in. And I sometimes forget that, I sometimes forget that, but it's good. It's good to be in the moment.
I'm really thankful that we have our music too. Not everybody is blessed with that, and that is kind of our saving grace, not only just for myself, but for you and as for us as a couple, because we can be butting heads during the day about whatever it might be, and then we can take it into the music room, and then we can put out some really beautiful stuff,
Yeah.
And that's really awesome that we have that connection.
I agree. I'm thankful for music. It's one of the few things in the world I know how to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm thankful for that too. I keep thinking, I keep going back to your friend, and one of the big things about this time of year too is people dealing with trauma and mental health illness.
Yeah.
And there's a lot people lose their life to mental health illness every day.
Even people you would never even imagine, like Robin
Never
Williams,
imagine,
or like
right.
the great people that have committed suicide. Naomi Judd just recently.
I know, and that
You'd think that she just had the world,
we just don't know what we don't know about people, and it's hard to tell what's going on inside someone's mind.
Yeah.
And
a lot of times it's simple. It's just an imbalance.
It is too.
Something that the doctor, if you were to see a doctor who could pinpoint it, get you back in balance and be back on your way, and you could live a wonderful life. But you didn't know that at the time when you were contemplating, taking your life. Yeah.
I've been there on the dark side of mental health illness, and I couldn't see the light. I couldn't see any way out. It wasn't until really that I got on the right medication and started treating the bipolar and the PTSD, and then it made a big difference in my life, because for years the doctors just threw meds at me and said, take 3 of these and 4 of these and 2 blue ones, and we'll see you in 3 months or 6 months. And here I am left in the middle trying to manage the medication, which always inevitably led me back to drinking, because I would quit taking the meds because I would say they didn't work, or, I didn't need them, So that was part of my cycle, You know, I had to really look at what caused that cycle in my life, and that was part of it. And mental health illness, people suffer from it every day. It's a real thing. And this time of year, it's especially prevalent. You know, suicide rates are extremely high during the holidays. And it breaks my heart. I wish there was something more that I could actually do about it other than just starting a conversation. And perhaps that's just the most important thing. It's just getting people to talk about it and be aware of it and know that the struggle is real. I've lived the struggle, and so have you, and so have millions of people, you know.
Yeah, I think that the struggle is even more severe in our elderly. I think that there's a lot of elderly people that are alone and
Yeah,
turn to alcohol,
that's true.
you know. I was just thinking about that, that we're still young and healthy and we have still a lot of life ahead of us but gosh, those elderly people, I was thinking about my grandparents and people, all the elderly people that I've known throughout my life, they all seem to be drinkers.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah. So maybe we should especially reach out to the elderly people if we were able to.
That's like COVID Elvis.
Yeah, COVID Elvis. I love that guy.
You guys should check out COVID Elvis. He's pretty great.
Yeah, he raises money and does these food drives, and it's all for charity. He's just an awesome dude. He lives in Canada, and he's got this get up where he looks and sounds
He
just like
does.
Elvis. It's amazing. And he goes out and about all over the place and just raises all this money, has these big food drives, and he goes to the elderly people that we were just talking about. He goes to
Yeah.
the nursing homes and places like that and plays.
In the
And
parking lot.
yeah, when COVID was going on, he would play in the parking lot and wave through the window at the people. He's just amazing. I
Yeah,
can't
he's a
say enough
groovy
good things
guy.
about him.
COVID Elvis. Check him out.
Yeah.
We like him. We sure do. So, but with that, I think we're going to sign off.
Yeah, I think that's about all I have for today. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll be able to do a special holiday one next week.
Yeah. We'll do a
We'll
special
have to
holiday
think
episode.
about that one.
We will. So, well, you've been listening to the Stone Soup Recovery Podcast. My name is Adam.
And I'm Sean.
Bye.
Bye.